Welcome to another episode where I have some special guests who like to come on and we just have these great Hall of Fame conversations. And this is, I guess, episode 4. Maybe we should just give you your own section and come up with the show title. I don't know. Uh, Robert Dobek in his baseball picks. You can come up with something better than I did.
Yeah,
Uh,
that's fine. That's fine.
I don't know. A view from Long Island.
All right, all right. We'll go with
Something like
that.
that. Yeah.
I think I'm the only one from New York on your pod, right?
No, no.
Oh, really?
Yeah. There's actually another Long Island guy, Vinny Los Panuso.
I'll have to look him up.
Yeah, so he's got his own section where he just makes Hall of Fame cases. So
All
the
right, I'm gonna have to look him up after this.
yeah, so shout out
Yeah.
to Finn because he does a lot of Hall of Fame cases. He goes a lot beneath the surface. He once did a show. It was my suggestion because sometimes he'll take requests, and he made a case for Theodore Roosevelt, the college football Hall of Fame.
Oh, really?
Mhm. Yeah,
Theodore. Oh,
yeah.
all
So
right.
yeah, and so basically just how he helped clean up the sport, allowed it to
Oh,
survive.
yeah, yeah. Really?
Yeah,
I did not know that.
yeah. So he played a big part in sort of helping sort of form the early regulations for it and rules because it was pretty much a blood sport at the beginning.
Really? I'm not as up with college sports as I am with like baseball, so I'm gonna have to look into that too now.
Yeah, Vinny just comes up with sometimes he'll send me a list of people we're going to talk about. And I go, who the hell is that?
Yeah.
And while I don't always agree, I'm always learning something.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, which is always fun. So this episode, Rob sent me a message and said, "Hey, you know what? Let's just do a quick show on the top 10 guys you think are Hall of Fame eligible or Hall of Fame worthy right now,
That are active right
that
now.
are active right now." Yes.
Yeah.
So not people who, not like Pete Rose, like you talked about the last time,
Yeah.
or Albert Bell, who you also
Or
talked
Jeff
about,
Kent.
or Jeff Kent, which was your first one. These are people who are playing right now, who are still active major leaguers. And you and I think went a different way with this. I went not necessarily my top 10, but 10 people who I think how the voters would, I try to think how their collective mind think.
Yeah.
Because my personal 10 would be a little different than what I have.
All right. So I don't have 10. I didn't come up with so like there I think there are more than 10 guys that are active right now that are gonna end up in Cooperstown one day.
Mhm.
But there's a difference on what I think a Hall of Famer is. Like now I could only come up with 8 guys that I would put in if their careers, this is if their careers ended right now. This isn't on the way. This isn't, let's see if a couple more years. This is if their careers ended today. I could only come up with 8 that I would put in that are active right now.
I got actually more than that. I sort of cut some, but
Yeah, but I definitely think there are more than 10 that are going in.
okay. So I'll give you the floor. Who's your first guy?
So my first guy, obviously, 3 MVPs already. Shohei Ohtani. I'm a little I'm a little tough when it comes to Ohtani because I'm not the biggest fan, but I gotta give him credit. 3 MVPs and a few top 10 finishes. I gotta give it to him. He's going to the Hall of Fame. He doesn't have to play another game again.
Well, he kind of does.
Well, yeah. I mean, really?
Yes, because not that sort of. I have Otani on my list too, but he's the only one on my list who has not met the 10-year requirement.
That's right. You know what? I totally forgot. Thank you for that because
Yeah.
you have to hit 10 years to be
Right.
eligible. But yeah,
So I mean, he's even if he's just mediocre the next 2 years, but heaven forbid something happens to him, which
yeah.
I that would be a disaster, or heaven
Oh
forbid
yeah.
they've realized that he really did make those bets.
Hey, never know, right?
But he's the only one I have who is not at that 10-year threshold yet because he's a unicorn.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, but like, let's just say his okay. So let's just say the next 3 years that he has until he hits 10 years, he stinks up the joint. I would still put him in because he's got the 3 MVPs.
Three MVPs. the amount of eyeballs that he brought to the sport. I have a football chat group, and I don't know if this is true or not, but because I don't know where they got this stat, but it said that 60% of Japanese tourists who go to LA are going there to see a Shohei game.
I buy that. I
I,
buy that.
I mean, it's
He makes more money in Japan and endorsements there. I mean, like we see him in a lot of commercials right now in the USA. I mean, imagine what it is in his homeland.
also too if you wanted to talk, because I
Yeah.
know he can speak English, because you don't have so many best friends who don't speak Japanese.
Oh yeah, yeah. I mean,
But whatever.
yeah.
I mean, it also sort of allows him to keep that level of privacy that I'm sure all his teammates wish that.
Yeah. I mean, only he could get away with it. Like he talks to the media when he wants to, but like that's neither said or there. Like the three MVPs speak for themselves, so that would be the guy. I think you agree too, right?
Absolutely, absolutely. He was on my 10. I didn't really have these in a particular order because
Yeah, same here.
yeah.
Who's your guy?
Right, I'm going to start off with someone you probably have too, who I don't know how much more he's got left in him, only because injuries keep piling up. He was somebody that they used to do a regular thing on ESPN as he passed each person in baseball war and B war.
Yeah.
But another player with three MVPs, another player in Los Angeles, a former teammate of Shohei, the man who wasted his baseball life, and be okay with that because Shohei sort of has a shield to deal with media, and Mike Trout is probably the biggest superstar who a lot of people don't know what he sounds like.
Yeah,
So,
I mean, I agree with you on there. Three MVPs. I'm 100%. I'm not the biggest WAR guy. Like, I think he's a little overrated. Like, because there are some people that think he's better than guys like Mickey Mantle or Joe DiMaggio or Ken Griffey Jr. Like, I would not take Trout over those three guys right there. But obviously three MVPs, especially being on a team that has either been mediocre or shitty his entire career.
mhm.
Trout, I agree, and a superb center fielder defensively, despite never winning a Gold Glove.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
Like from
yeah,
2011 to 2023, he was a 345 player, so like 300 batting average, lifetime
yeah. He
200.
he was incredible,
He's
but
not.
he can't stay healthy, and I feel like
uh,
I I feel like yeah, it doesn't look good for him right now.
it's not just also the three MVPs. He has four runners up. So 7 seasons,
Oh yeah, yeah,
or first or
exactly.
second. That's
He been
crazy.
probably I think 8 or 9 years if you factor in the top five MVP. So like, yeah, I
Yeah,
mean like, yeah, I agree. Trout. Plus, he has a lot of black bold face type on the back of his baseball card.
yeah,
He's a shoe in, obviously.
yeah. I hope that he gets to play on a contender one day because it's never going to be in the Angels.
You know, I agree with you there. I mean, he did make the playoffs that one time, but you know, unfortunately, we'd have to have another podcast about how poor the Angels have been the last 25 years. But yeah, I agree. I hope he
That
can.
blip, that blip in the radar when they won. What was it, 2002?
2002 against the Giants.
Yeah, yeah. So like that one where, because I also when Wagner got into the Hall, I'm not a big Wagner guy, mainly because his playoff numbers were shit.
Same, same.
Yeah. So when K Rod got on the ballot, I actually, like, if I had a vote, which I never will because I'm never going to join, say, like a, I mean, maybe I could, maybe I should, I don't know, but I'm
Well,
not.
they don't want us.
Uh, probably not.
Yeah,
Probably not.
yeah,
But the work that I would have to do to get into that, I'm not going to do bluntly.
yeah. Same here.
And
I got other stuff going on too.
yeah, so but on my mock ballots, I always have K Rod higher, and I'm glad that he's sticking around.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think he's a Hall of Famer either, but I would probably put him before I would put Wagner as well.
Yep. So I'll give it back to you.
All right, so I'm actually gonna go with Freddie Freeman and how the Brave. I don't get me wrong, Matt Olson's a great player, but how the Braves let this guy go, it's besides me. Like
Mhm.
even as he's in his mid 30s, and he's now mid 30s is when you're supposed to start hitting the decline in your career. But like if you look at his numbers, like he won the MVP in the 2020 COVID shortened season. Grant, but still counts. So that's 2020, 21, 22, 23, 24. I would say if we were judging who has been the best hit all around hitter the last 5 years in all of baseball, it would probably be Freddie Freeman if you look at his numbers.
I didn't have him. I have him as an honorable mention.
Really?
Yeah, the only
Wow.
only reason why I have him there is because he plays first base. And some of these new voters look at the Saber stuff. So
You know what? That is a that is a fair point. I mean, like he's kind of like I mean, Steve Garvey didn't get into the Hall of Fame, but I mean, if Steve Garvey was eligible now, he would get in. But I mean, for me, where Freddie Freeman, like if you just look at his regular season numbers, there it's on the line. But for me, the postseason is extra credit, and that's where Freddie Freeman to me gets in. I mean, like
yeah,
I watched him devour the Yankees, unfortunately, last year. Like the
good. Yeah.
Yankees didn't lose to the Dodgers; they lost to Freddie Freeman. So
Yeah, and that's fair. That was my first cut because I went with 10.
yeah,
That's the only reason I didn't have him there. And I did think about like that the brilliant playoff prowess that he had. And I do think he's going to be a Hall of Famer. I just
yeah. I got
turn him
you. I
back.
got you.
Yeah.
Who's yours?
Well, actually, I'm gonna go jump ahead on my notes because I'm gonna stick with the Dodgers. I got Mookie Betts.
Same. I 100% agree. You know what? Honestly, like look at his stats all you want. The guy's really meant to be in right field. Moves to second base, and he's now playing shortstop, even though and he doesn't complain about it. I like he has every he honestly he when you look at the numbers he has put up in his career, he's that type of player that he would have every if he stomped his feet and said, I ain't leaving right field, look at my numbers, I shouldn't have to leave. Nobody would judge him one way or the other. They say, okay, yeah, but for the goodness of the team, he moves to second, moves to short. Like I got mad respect for a guy like that.
And it's supposed to go the opposite way. When you get older, you're supposed to go from the infield to the outfield.
Exactly. But like Mookie Betts is honestly how the Red Sox let him go is just ridiculous. Like even like
Yep.
guy like Mookie Betts is everybody even like whether you're an old school GM or a new age analytical GM, he's the dream guy you want to find and build your franchise around no matter what situation your club is in.
Yeah, he's got the stats, he's got the advanced stats, he's got the championships, and he's got the narrative
He's got yeah.
where you've got an entire a very important baseball market. I'm sure market you hate in Boston.
Yes and no, yeah. I respect Boston as a city, but the sports teams I have to hate. I'm sorry.
Right. Yeah, it's in your DNA. As soon as you came out,
Yeah.
I get that. But Bruins fans, nice Kirk. Red Sox fans are tell them a hockey guy. Uh bemoan Betts trade over and over. Like one of my good friends, Evan Nolan, who is my partner my whole endeavor here. Like he's gonna be bitter till he'll be bitter when his kids in social security.
Exactly, because this guy should have stayed in ball. Like he would have made the Red Sox all time lineup if he had stayed
Mhm.
in Boston. But I mean, like, but I mean, like, we go on and on. But like, it's just everything about this guy is great. Like, I don't think you could find one bad thing about Mookie Betts on or off the field so far.
Yep. All right, go back to you.
All right, so my I'm obviously going to go with Clayton Kershaw, another third Dodger in a row.
Same.
I don't think that's. I mean, I think he may be. I mean, obviously he hasn't done his job, well, he's had a couple of good outings in the postseason, but for the most part, the postseason has not been good. But that's not the neither here or there. Like three Cy Youngs, I mean, among left-handed starting pitchers in baseball history, he's got to be in the top 10, 5 even,
Mhm.
if you look at his numbers. Like even though he's old, I know he's been hurt. He just hasn't been able to have a complete season over the last 5 or 6, maybe 7 or 8 years. But he still can pitch. Like when he can still pitch at a high level when he's healthy.
And it's sort of nice. I thought he was done already, like from last.
Yeah.
So he's 3-0 this year, 215 career wins, but he's only, as we're recording this, and maybe when this goes up, he will have already broke 3,000 strikeouts. He's eight
Yeah.
right now. Uh,
And 3,000 strikeouts, to me, that's one of the four magic milestones that puts you in the Hall of Fame no matter what for me.
I've got a controversial take because I do top 50 on all teams. I've got Kershaw as the top Dodger.
Of all time.
Fine. And
So I'm not outraged by that, but I will say you could argue. I'm not trying to knock on a guy like Sandy
by all means,
Koufax or.
I think it's a controversial take. So I
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. But I mean, like, I'd have to do a little more Dodger research for us to really have a heated argument with that. But like, I mean, I don't think that's a. I mean, I think that he's on most Mount Rushmore of Dodger players of all time. Like,
yeah, my thing, there was the obvious knocks on him, or as you mentioned, his lack of playoff success. But when I look at all the other Dodgers around him, obviously the most important one by far is Jackie Robinson. But Jackie didn't get there till he was 27. And
exactly.
so his overall MLB numbers, he's got an MVP. So does Kershaw.
Yeah. Well, I
Uh,
mean, here's the thing. The Dodgers' history is built on pitching, as the Yankees' franchise history is built on hitting. So I believe that if we were to do a Dodgers Mount Rushmore off the top of my head, besides Jackie Robinson, the other three guys would probably be pitchers. So
yeah, and so like then you compare him to Koufax, and I can hear people saying like, "Are you insane? Koufax was a better player than Kershaw." I agree, but
yeah,
I've got to factor in longevity and the overall.
I 100% agree with that. I got to also Koufax pitched in the dominant starting pitching era where the strike zone was extended from the top of the batter's shoulder to the bottom of their kneecap. So the pitch and the mounds were bigger. So that was when the pitchers really had the advantage over the hitter. Like, I'm not trying to take anything away from a guy like Koufax, but it's just that was the circumstance when he pitched.
It's just an interesting thing
Yeah.
looking at that one, and then when I kept crunching numbers and doing that, like I kept coming back to Kershaw, which still surprises me that I have him there.
Yeah. Yeah. You know what? That's a good. I'd have to look into the Dodgers history, but I don't think that's a controversial take.
I expected it to be. I haven't. Maybe a
I
lot
mean,
of people don't know it yet.
well, let's get a Dodger fan on here and get that take.
Oh yeah, and again, I want to specify it's not that
Yeah.
he's a better peak. It's not that he's even close to being the top. They're historically relevant. There's maybe 10 I'd put over Kershaw,
Yeah,
but
longevity matters. I agree with you.
longevity, longer peak. Uh,
Yeah.
it's it's just
Yeah,
hard for me not to. But I got a contemporary of Kershaw right now. Kershaw, this could be his last year. I got another pitcher who I'm hoping he wraps it up this year.
who?
Justin Verlander.
I obviously no opposition. He's been arguably just as dominant as Kershaw as well. Although he had a few maybe 2 or 3 years he had where he was struggling with injuries and he had to reinvent himself. But to me,
Yep.
Hall of Famer. I couldn't agree with you more.
Yeah, and it's a similar resume: three Cy Youngs, one MVP, five
Yeah,
titles.
I
Uh,
don't think he or Kershaw is going to get to three. I don't think anybody's ever going to get to 300 wins ever again.
wow.
But I mean, 3,000 strikeouts, three Cy Youngs. Yeah, I was kind of thinking he would have a bounce back year in San Francisco if he stayed healthy because half of his starts would be at a very pitcher friendly ballpark. But I think he could be out.
I don't think he even has a win yet this year.
I don't think it looks that good right now for him.
Excuse me. But also too, I mean, like when he wound up in Houston, and not the beneficiary of a garbage can as a pitcher. He was still.
I don't blame Verlander.
Don't either, but
Yeah,
I'm just throwing that out there because people will, and I'm
yeah,
going to talk about someone else.
yeah.
Verlander still managed to have an incredible season. He was big on
Oh yeah.
Houston's championship.
Oh, no, they
Oh, no.
don't.
Yeah.
I don't care what they were doing in 2017. There's no way they go anywhere without Verlander. That at the time that was the piece. That's the reason why. If the Yankees had made that trade for Verlander that year, I think they would have won as well.
Yeah. So that's who I've got. I tip it back to you, sir.
All right, obviously, I'm gonna obviously go with Jose Altuve, since we're on the
Um,
Astros. This is a tough one because I'm a Yankee fan, but honestly, looking in 2017 when he won the MVP over Judge, I thought that was the right call because that year Judge had a 6 week uh peak where he did absolutely nothing, and was Altuve was great that entire year. And honestly, like before the Astros sign stealing, where all that stuff went on, I actually was a big Altuve fan because I loved his story. The guy came, he was small, overlooked, and he went to a training camp where everybody told him to get out and you're not going to make it. He wouldn't leave, and the Astros gave him a shot, and he had a very, very short leash, and what he was able to uh, carve his career into is just nothing short of spectacular. I don't think he's going to get to 3,000 hits though, because he would probably have to play 6 or 7 more years to get it. But an
Yeah.
MVP, he's made like 8 All-Star teams. He's even developed more power as his career has gone on, he, but early in his career, he was more of a speed guy. But I mean, I personally think that he could still play second base. I don't know why they're trying to make him a left fielder, but
Which isn't
Altuve,
going that well.
yeah, well,
But
yeah, Altuve, I would give him my stamp if, yeah.
yeah, he's the only one I've got here who he's actually the lowest if you want to go in terms of B WAR. And again, it's a flawed stat, and I can
Okay,
agree.
yeah, I
But,
got you.
but when you think of the Astros, you think of Jose Altuve. You
Oh,
think of the guy
absolutely.
who was an engine. He was an engine on a team that won two titles.
Exactly.
That's enough for me.
I wonder if he would take. So, like the Astros Mount Rushmore, I wonder who would you rather have, Biggio or Altuve? Because that's a tough one, I would think. I mean, I get Altuve's peak was better, but Biggio did it at three different positions.
Yu did it longer. So then you do more with him.
Yeah, I
It's
mean, Biggio, I agree he was a little bit of a compiler, but he had a very good career if you really looked
better
at his
character
career.
guy. Like
Yeah,
who's the better teammate. You never
yeah.
hear anything bad about Biggio. You don't hear anything bad about Altuve. Biggio, I think, had the better career. Altuve, but there's just something special about that guy. How do you not get
Oh yeah.
inspired by a 5'5" guy who can go deep?
Oh, that's incredible. I mean, like, but also he has to play a Also, he's playing a premier position at second base. Like putting up the numbers he's been able to put up at second base. That's very rare.
I mean, it's the. I think if I was the G or if I was the owner and the bean counter and accountant, I'd want Altuve. If
Yeah,
I'm the stat cruncher, I want Biggio, and
yeah.
if I'm the general manager, I figure out how I get both of them.
No, yeah. Hey, one could play catcher, the other play
Right?
center
Yeah,
field. Yeah, yeah,
absolutely.
exactly. Who's your next guy?
Oh, you have no more?
No, 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 no. I'm at. Well, we're taking turns, right?
That's right. Yeah, it's right.
Yeah, I
Right.
went
Yeah,
with Altuve.
I had him on mine too. Sorry, my bad.
Yeah, yeah.
Uh, this was my final guy in, and I had him over Freeman, and but just barely. Uh, from your Yankees, I got Paul Goldschmidt.
Really.
Yeah,
You know what would you say if I told you that when they originally signed him, I was like, ugh, I wouldn't have signed him. But you know what? I gotta admit I was wrong about Goldie.
I wouldn't have either because I mean, you think his best days are behind him. We know
I
that.
mean, if you look at his numbers against left-handed pitching, oh my God. Like, but like you gotta I don't have him on my list because but I will say I have become a really big Goldie guy this year. For considering he's a power hitting first baseman, he's a really good base runner.
Hmm.
And he's a good glove at first base. I don't have he's got an MVP, which you like, obviously. Made a lot of all-star teams. He's been a top five finalist a lot of times. I have him on the outside,
Yeah.
but I do think he'll make the Hall of Fame one day.
Well, right now he's statistically career wise slightly better than Freeman, and I'm going by what I think that some of these voters what might look like might
Oh
look
yeah,
at.
yeah. I agree that they'll look at now. If he wasn't a guy who like if he put up the same numbers he was putting up but wasn't a good fielder, I don't think the voters would vote for him. But he's a I think that when you look at his career in total, he'll probably get in the Hall of Fame. But if it was my vote, like if his career ended now, I probably wouldn't vote for him. But
I compared him to Todd Helton, and
I
he's got
Todd Hill,
he's got a slightly
yeah.
better career
I mean,
numbers. And Helton had that amazing 5 year stretch.
oh my God, yeah.
Smith though had a longer stretch of
Yeah,
the
I
impact.
mean,
So
yeah, it's an interesting case.
yeah.
I mean, I wouldn't. I'd have to. I do have Helton in the. I came around on Helton as the years went on, but I mean, and I came around on Joey Votto as well. But I mean, I'd have to. Off the top of my head, I don't think I would vote for him if I had a vote, but
Hmm.
I do think he'll make the Hall of Fame. Did you have Max Scherzer on your list?
If I do.
Oh, okay, because you didn't say. Was he the last guy? Oh,
No,
so
well, no, Goldschmidt technically was my last guy, but
okay, okay, I got you.
I've got
So,
yeah, Max Scherzer is the last guy I wrote about just because of the way I kept forgetting, even though I'm a Jays fan, that he's actually still playing.
he's getting paid by what? Well, he's not getting paid by three teams now, just two. But
I think he's coming back this week, but
yeah, you know what? Honestly, I would have if I was the Yankees needed pitching in the offseason, I would have thrown him I would have taken a flyer on him. I don't think he's gonna. I mean, we'll see. Like honestly, I, these I hope these guys can pitch well forever. Like if you're real, like I don't want to see an all time great or a Hall of Famer's career ever end. Personally, like
well, I looked at his peak, right? So from 2013 to 2019, he won three Cy Youngs and was in the top five in voting set for 7 years in a row.
yeah,
That's crazy.
one of the few big free agent contracts that actually worked. If you think about it, I mean,
That
you could or yeah, you. I mean, like this, we'd have to have another video on this, but he may be the greatest free agent signing of all time.
Yeah, I mean, like in every team around, he made better. We always forget that Washington won a World Series in 2019. It feels like the most unforgettable World Series in the last 10
Those,
years of the last
you
10 years.
know, yeah. Well, they did, and yeah, but yeah, obviously, I Max Scherzer's obviously he's going to the Hall of Fame. Like, I mean, I don't think much needs to be said. He's got, I mean, he, Kershaw, and Verlander, they have three Cy Youngs each.
Could all
Yeah,
retire
like,
at the end of this year. That could be a ballot of those three on the ballot at the
yeah.
same
You know
time.
what? That would be like, because what wasn't that a case with actually no, I don't think they retired at the I thought that Smoltz, Glavine, and Martinez retired the same year, but I don't think that was the case.
I don't
I
recall.
think that I think it was Smoltz and Martinez, and then Glavine and Maddox the year before. But like that would be interesting to see those three guys go in at once.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
all three of them could have a first ballot case.
yeah. I I agree with you on that one.
Who we got next?
So we've mentioned all the guys that I think that I would vote for, but who do I think is close? And if Aaron, I would have to probably say I think that the vote. Well, he doesn't have 10 years yet, but if he had the 10 years and his career ended now, I think Aaron Judge would get in the Hall of Fame.
Judge not have 10 years? I think he does.
No, he came up in 2016, so I
But this
think if
would
he
give him 10 years. This would be his.
no, no, I think you have to play the full year to get the credit, I believe.
Okay, think let's see. I'm not sure how that works because I think the way they have it, just if you use any kind of service on any of that, but I'm pretty sure Aaron. Well, either way, I mean, I've got him on mine like right now. If for no other reason, I mean, like he's that top guy who he's this to borrow the Reggie Jackson term. He is the straw that stirs the drink in Gotham,
He
and
is.
yeah, sadly they haven't been able to put enough pieces around him. I'm sure that's
I
Stanton
agree with
trade
you. Well, Stanton,
or
don't even get
Stanton,
me
sorry,
started.
yeah,
Don't
who's not
even get me
on my
started
list.
on them.
But I mean, look at what he's going to do this year. He's barring injury. I mean, he's so far ahead for that third
He's
MVP.
going to win the third MVP. He's going to
Yeah.
win a third. And also, I guarantee you, in 2017, when he finished second,
Mhm.
had there been a revote after the Astros scandal was revealed, I guarantee he would have won the MVP on a revote.
That's very possible.
Yeah, so you're talking about a guy who probably would have four MVPs.
Mhm.
It's just like I mean he hasn't been able to do it in the postseason. I I have to admit that, but I mean regular like there's a chance that he may. I mean he probably would make the all-time Yankee lineup right now.
I think he would. I absolutely think he would. Uh, I mean, so yeah, if he gets that third MVP, he'll get another Silver Slugger. Uh,
Yeah,
he's on pace for his third OPS title, third, which I think is like that's the sexy stat everyone sort of looks at now. I
I'm
know
not
that.
the biggest OPS guy because I think that's a stat that favors like to me like OPS is for players that slug. Like if you look at Ichiro's career OPS, it's under 800, but that's only because he wasn't a power hitter. So you're telling me that Ichiro wasn't a great player because his
I'm
OPS
not.
wasn't that high? Yeah, yeah. Like to me, like I don't think there's one stat that. Well, I mean, I don't I'm not the biggest OPS guy, but I do know that Judges is insane.
Throw in that potential first batting title.
Exact. Oh my. So let me ask you something. Let's just say Judge wins the MVP this year, but he also wins the Triple Crown this year, which is in play.
Mhm.
Would you say his career is better than Trout's?
It's more impactful.
Yeah,
because
we're talking about regular season. Just like both their postseasons are not
well,
sexy. So
Trout doesn't have one.
just yeah. Well, Trout. I mean, he
But
did
Trout,
have.
it's sexy. I mean, Trout's postseason's like a nun.
Well, I mean, Judge's postseason numbers aren't that
But he
great either.
did
So
did enough to get them there. Oh God, that's a really good question.
yeah, because like I think if Judge wins his third MVP, and if he were to also win a triple crown, yeah, I would probably say I'd probably take Judge over Trout.
Mhm.
But I mean,
Sell more
my
tickets, Judge. That's for damn sure.
yeah, yeah, exactly. Also, playing in New York doesn't help, but doesn't hurt.
But
But like,
Judge is a more of a personality.
yeah,
But
yeah,
Trout is
which is nothing wrong with
oh,
that.
there's nothing
Like
wrong
that
with that. I
just
mean, Trout has the
yeah,
personality of a hockey player.
yeah.
Which
I mean, like, look, I'm sure both of them
fine.
are nice. Both of them, I'm sure, like both of them sign autographs for kids. It's not so like I mean, it doesn't really. I mean, obviously, Judge's like image is bigger, but like that's just not who Trout is. Like,
Nor does he want to be.
yeah, I mean, like that sometimes you have to just let players play that act the way they are, and
Um,
that's why they.
I I think I'm still with Trout because his it's
Yeah, I agree.
yeah, until he just sort of got hurt a lot. I
I
mean,
mean,
that's
listen, I'll say it right now. Like, if Judge's career ended now, I wouldn't vote for him for the Hall of Fame because I don't think he would have enough years. But if he wins a third MVP after this year, it's going to be impossible to not say he's going to the Hall of Fame, right?
I'm sure he'll also be the first to say that his career is not complete until he gets that ring.
You know what? I love that attitude. Like, like I think that. I mean, listen, the great like Ted Williams, Barry Bonds, Ty Cobb, those three guys never won a championship. And so I mean winning it's I mean, as a Yankee fan, I hope they get that flag, but sometimes not everybody gets to win.
I should know this, but I don't. In Yankee Stadium, when they win like a division, do they put that up as a banner or no?
No,
Okay, that's what I thought.
not that I'm aware of.
Okay, yeah, because I was just
Yes.
at T-Mobile and I'm looking at the Mariners, which beautiful park by the way, a lot of
Yeah,
fun.
I've heard good things about the ballpark.
But when you sort of like look up and then there's the wild card banner, like come on.
Yeah, no, I don't think so. I don't have a pro. I would do World Series and pennants, but anything else I would not.
Yeah, they had this one too where it's the AL West division, and with
No, no.
asterisk, but it was an asterisk where they got 116 wins. Oh,
All
yeah,
right,
okay,
like
but I mean, like
you know
it's
what? That was a great year for
okay.
for the Mariners. I'm not saying they shouldn't forget about that year, but like to me, you either have to make the World Series or win the World Series to get a banner. That's just my opinion.
I agree with you. I totally agree with you. It's
Yeah.
that thing just makes me sort of chuckle.
Do
All
you
that.
have any
Oh,
more?
I got one
Do you
more.
have? All right.
The guy who your Yankees should have got instead of Stanton, Bryce Harper.
Couldn't agree with you. You know what? In regards to them, that they should have waited for Harper. I could not agree with you more. I mean, I think Harper. I think for do you have him in the Hall of Fame or not?
I've got him because I'm leaning towards that key word, fame. Harper was a draw. Harper does have the two MVPs.
You
Uh,
are right about that. I think right now for me, like it would be a little bit of a stretch, but two MVPs. He's been great in the postseason. He's that player that like he's built to play in a big game and perform. Like that's like if you just like look at him play, like he gets fired up by the fans. He's built to play in that big game. He's a good fit in Philly for that team. He's very. It's it depends. He's still young, like he's
32.
30.
32.
Yeah, he's still got enough meat in his career to go, but I think it's a little bit of a reach for me. Do you feel the same?
Yeah, I mean, like him and Freeman, not Freeman, sorry, who did not Freeman, Goldschmidt. Those are
Well,
my our last two in. And Harper, I'm just sort of like trading off the fact that he does have that name value that some of those voters
y-
might key in on. He does have
that will always help you in the voting.
he's got the he's, sort of like barring a term when Kiss needed a new guitarist. They put out something where it says like top band looking for a guitarist with flash and balls. Bryce Harper, flash and balls.
Yeah, Harper's that player. I do think. I mean, I wish I would much rather have him than Stanton. I couldn't agree with you more.
But
Yeah, but
the Yankees would have went that way because at the time Harper, there were some rumblings that maybe he had an attitude problem. You thought that maybe
yeah,
they were injured.
what happened was during that time, like the Marlins had to get rid of Stanton because of his contract.
And also they're the
He
Marlins.
Yeah, and he had a no move, and he basically said the only few teams that I'm willing to go to are the Yankees, Dodgers, Cubs, and Astros. So the Yankees were basically able to get him for like nothing
Hmm.
as long as they took on the contract. But at the time, I was not in favor of that because he was a one-dimensional power hitter who was injured all the time and right-handed. Like Bryce Harper is a left-handed hitter. He would have been a perfect fit for Yankee Stadium.
Well, I've got a few honorable mentions who I also just missed my cut.
Yeah, yeah, I would love to hear that too.
So outside of Freeman, I almost went with Manny Machado. I'm a big fan of.
Okay, yeah, yeah, I think he's on that. He's not there yet for me, but I think he's on the path.
Nolan Arenado.
Oh, I was a big Arenado fan a few years ago. I, I think he'll get in because he's in the double digits in Gold Gloves, but I don't. I think his best days offensively are behind him, unfortunately.
Chris Sale.
He got the Cy Young last year. He's had 7 years of being in the top five
Yeah.
in Cy Young voting. I think. I mean, he went for like 4 years. His career was like he was injured and struggled, and the Braves traded for him, and then he was like reborn, and like now you have to like, ooh.
And I just
And
got
he's
one
having a good.
more. I got one more just because I wanted to include a reliever, and that's Kenley Jansen. And I struggle with that one, but
How are his numbers in the postseason?
better than Wagner's.
Wagner has like I mean like I'm not trying to knock Wagner's
I
career,
did.
but I think it
I've
I
knocked
think
him
it
on.
in like 11 appearances in the postseason, I think he has like a 14 ERA. Like,
Yeah, basically every time he went out, he stunk it up.
yeah, to me that's like a field goal kicker. Like I don't care what you do in May or July or August. When the season's on the line, I want to know how you do.
Yeah, so I've got him. He was sort of the last guy I sort of thought of.
Yeah. What
Only
about like yeah, I mean I mean, you could also put Salvador Perez in there when you factor in
thought
that
about it.
he's yeah, I don't think he'll get in because he has a low OPS and a very low on base percentage, and the analytic and the new age voters they want to see guys who they value walks like they're just as good as hits, which is ridiculous. But I don't think Perez is there yet. But when you look at his career as a catcher and as a friend, like I don't think he was ever a generational player at his position, but was he a face of the franchise player at his position? Absolutely.
Still is.
Yeah, he still is. Like, but I would not vote for him right now. But I would have him as an honorable mention.
See, yeah, he so good. He was really good for so long. Yeah, I mean, if I'm looking at just on base percentage, but
Yeah,
that's also
but
what he wasn't there necessarily there to do. He'd help take a young staff, get him to back-to-back World Series. They won one of them.
yeah,
Uh, and
especially in
again,
the city like Kansas City.
it never hurts. Actually, it definitely helps you when you stay in one team your entire career, which Perez very well could. I mean,
Yeah, yeah.
if I go on analytics, I would never vote for Yachty or Molina. I can make a case for Yachty. Love him.
I'm a big Yadier Molina guy too. But you know what, Yachty catchers and shortstops, those are the two positions where you can get in with your gloves. But
Hmm.
yeah, I got one more. And so we talked about Stanton. Like, I was never a fan of the trade, but I have to say, if he could stay healthy enough and actually get to 500 home runs, like, I he's got my vote.
Stanton?
Yeah, if he gets to 500 home
Yeah.
runs, would you give him your vote?
I don't know. I have to think about it.
Yeah, because I hate to say it, but to me, like, I'm a magic numbers guy. Like, if you got 500 home runs, 3,000 hits, 300 wins, or 3,000 strikeouts, to me, I those four milestones are eye popping. I got to give you my vote.
So then at sometimes though, I mean, I look at like I wish Miguel Cabrera didn't hang on so long, where he was just sort of and I love
Oh
Miggy. Who doesn't love Miggy?
my God.
But those last few years,
Yeah, I
watching
do.
him, hoping that maybe he's going to get those magic numbers.
Well, I mean, he also had to stay on because he was entitled to a lot of money, but from the Tigers, so he kind of had no. I mean, what would you do?
Well, sure, but I mean,
Yeah,
I do it too.
yeah.
But
My God, him and Pujols had incredible careers.
Pujols at one point was like the worst contract in baseball.
Oh, 100%. Oh, once he left St. Louis, his career went down the crapper.
And I'm although he'd always get my vote. My God, like you dump your wife as soon as she gets cancer. What's the matter with you? Your
Wait, he
long
did do that?
he did
Who
that.
did that?
Pujols.
Oh, really? I
I'm
did
pretty
not
sure he
hear
did
that.
that.
This is the first I'm hearing about. I heard he got divorced, but like I didn't know about the cancer.
Well, I don't know if that's why, but I mean, like the announcement came almost concurrent with each other. Maybe you want to look that up and make sure I got that right.
Yeah,
Otherwise, I'm
yeah.
doing some slander, which wouldn't be the first or the last time I'll do that on that show where I'm talking out of my ass. It's I'm pretty sure that just happened only a couple of years ago.
Yeah, I'd have to look into that again, but yeah. I mean,
But
like
yeah, it's like I thought maybe one time I might just sort of look back at who was the LVP of every year,
LVP.
least valuable player,
Oh my God.
qualified players, like who had the worst year. And Pujols would probably win a couple of those, unfortunately.
When you factor in how much money he was getting paid at the back end of his production, if you measure the money and the production,
Well, then it gets
probably
even trickier because then you can look at all these players who are still getting paid, but they haven't played in years.
well, that's deferred money, though. Like,
Sure, but like in like I was supposed to, like on July 1st, as a Canadian, I'm supposed to celebrate Canada Day, but we all know it's Bobby Bonilla Day.
well, I have a lot of friends and family that are Met fans that think that way. But what's funny is that they never talk about what the Mets did with the money that they freed up from Bobby Bonilla during 2000.
Yeah, they invested it in a Ponzi scheme that they didn't know.
No,
I
actually,
don't.
so they signed Mike Hampton, as you would know, right?
Yeah, no, I saw I think a
Yeah,
really good YouTube thing about like why this actually made sense
yeah,
to try this at the time and why
yeah.
it didn't seem like that bad an idea at the time.
I know, but I mean, like, still, like, I mean, if you own a team, you're a billionaire. You can't piss away $5 million to just let him go and not have to. I don't know.
But that's the finances of baseball. Well, if you
Yeah.
enjoyed this, there's a lot of other shows like this here in the Bucknerverse. Check them all out. Robert, I'm sure you'll be back, and we will do something a lot more fun. I've got some few. We talked about a few ideas.
Yeah, we could do hockey. We could do. Okay, there are a lot of Hall of Famers in hockey, so we would probably need like an hour.
Oh, there you go. There you go. Hockey's my jam.
Yeah, hockey's my number two now.
I didn't
Yeah,
ask you this. Rangers or Islanders?
I'm a Rangers fan.
Dumb question. Rangers, Yankees, they all seem to overlap and then be the same with Islanders, Mets.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay.
kind of. Yeah.
So who does that go with then the Jets?
No, Giants. Although I like both the Jets and Giants, but I'm more of a Jet fan.
Okay. And you don't have to pick between the Knicks and the Nets. That's pretty easy.
Well, I'm a Knicks fan.
There you go. All right.
You
Sounds
do
good.
basketball?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, you're a Raptors fan, right?
I am, yeah. I mean, it's one of the. It's I'll never be mad at Kawhi Leonard. He never said he was going to stay.
Exactly, exactly. And you guys won a championship, so you can't be mad at him.
Yeah, I know because it was not because my friend always said like you were always so butthurt when Vince Carter left. Yeah, but Vince said a bunch of things and didn't sort of like go through that. Whereas
Yeah,
Kawhi Leonard never said one time, I think I might want to stay.
yeah. Everybody knew that year he was only staying there 1 year. Like everybody who watched basketball knew.
And they did everything they could to sort of like make him really consider it. And apparently really
The
did.
guy wanted to play home with his family. Like, are you gonna hold that against him?
And
I
then
gotta,
with this buddy Paul George, and right now nobody wants to play with Paul George.
I gotta ask, how did you become a Jets fan if you're from Toronto?
Oh, well, I lived in Winnipeg for a bit,
Oh,
but the when I was a kid, because I was a kid in the '80s, the Toronto Maple Leafs were not very good,
oh
and there
yeah,
was an owner named Harold Ballard, and it was pretty clear
oh yeah. He
that
was
he
a dick, right?
was a dick. He was a dick. He was not. He was one
What
of
he
those.
did to Dave Keon was unforgivable.
Very absolutely. I would not have thought you'd know that, but yes.
I know a little bit, yeah.
No, that's very impressive. That's very impressive.
Yeah.
So it was pretty clear to me as like a preteen tween that I was starting to get into hockey that this guy doesn't give a shit. So I'm not going to invest emotionally into this team. And at that point, hockey's always king, like the biggest thing in Toronto, but Blue Jay mania was sort of like a bigger thing. And my mom's from Quebec, and her maiden name was
Ooh,
Goulet. And there was a player on the Quebec Nordiques called Michel Goulet.
really?
So who went into the Hockey Hall of Fame a little later. So I grew up as a Nordiques fan, and then I was living in Ottawa, and then Quebec went to Colorado, and then I was in my Captain Canada phase where I was not going to cheer for an American team because I was just like
Yeah.
all things red and white. That's just how I was at that point in time. Says the guy with the Team USA jersey right behind. But uh,
Yeah.
that was my thought process. And so then I became Winnipeg left, and then they came back. And then I was really
Yeah.
for a lot.
Atlanta.
Yeah, and so
Yes.
although the second incarnation, the Jets history is so weird. So
Yeah.
that's that scrappy team in a city that it means everything to. And
Yeah. No, hey, listen, Canadians love their hockey. Yeah. I mean, I became a Ranger fan because of Lundqvist. Nobody in my family likes hockey or understands it except me.
yeah, so that's sort of pretty much, and then living there just cemented that. So that's pretty much where my fandom goes. Though I was super happy seeing Ottawa get into the playoffs this year because I have a lot of
Yeah, it was time for them to get back in.
yeah, a lot of
Their
great
fans
memories.
suffered enough.
Yes, they did. I went through a lot of that too. I remember the Ottawa losing to the Ducks in the Stanley Cup of '04.
Yeah, that was the one with no, I don't think I think they lost to Detroit. Anaheim lost to
In
Detroit.
the finals, they
No,
lost
I
to the Ducks.
lost to Carolina, right?
Not in the finals. The only time they made
Oh,
it to the finals, they lost. I'm pretty sure it was Anaheim that took them out.
oh, okay. All right. I
So
could be wrong. Oh yeah, Anaheim. That was the year with Pronger and Niedermeyer.
yeah, yeah. So
Oh
like,
my God. I mean, that was
and back then
pretty much
I was so pissed off because like, God damn, nobody cares about hockey. They're bad at it. But
yeah,
it's
yeah.
as I look, the American fans and non-traditional hockey cities have changed a lot through the years. So I don't feel
Yeah.
that anger
Well,
anymore.
in Canada, hockey is as good as it gets in
Yep,
Canada, right?
yes, it
Yeah.
is.
Yeah.
Anywho, I guess we'll bring this to a close. So
All right.
wherever you are, wherever you may be, make today count because it never comes again. Take care, everybody.
Take care, Kirk. Appreciate it.